change the first R in rigor to a V. Vigor is the word you're really looking for. I'm Mark Barnes. This is another edition of the Hack Learning Podcast, and this is the one-letter or one-word hack. I'm looking forward to this. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I've been thinking about ways to inject some fun into the Hack Learning Podcast. It's all about problem solving, right now solutions, and hey, we love that. But I said, why can't we just have a little fun while we're solving problems? And then I came across this one-letter hack in Mike Fisher's Hacking the Common Core, 10 Strategies for Amazing Learning in a Standardized World. And I thought, why not get some audience engagement here and find out what other one-letter or one-word hacks we can come up with. So in Hacking the Common Core, in this chapter about rigor, Mike Fisher says this is a one-letter hack. He suggests that we change the R in rigor and we replace it with a V. We have the word vigor, which he says is what we're really looking for in education. Let me quote Mike. I know it's just semantics, but sometimes changing little things has a big impact. We're seeking opportunities for depth. We're seeking authentic growth with engagement. I don't think depth, authentic growth, or engagement will happen when we focus so intently on rigor, a word that connotes strictness, severity, and stiffness. Vigor, conversely, connotes robustness, health, strength, and hardiness. It makes me think of dynamic and enthusiastic learning, of interactive and innovative learning environments, and of organic and authentic learning moments. End quote. So you think about this. Education is so much about rigor. It's a trendy word. Everybody says we need rigor in the classroom. We need rigorous activities in order to get our students college and career ready. More trendiness. We need rigor. But as Mike Fisher says in Hacking the Common Core, rigor connotes strictness, severity, and stiffness. Is that what we want? Isn't education stiff enough? I mean, when you think about it, it's just the profession is a little bit stodgy at times. You know, we hear all this talk about the right kind of pedagogy and how we need to improve our classroom management and have our students test ready. It's just too stiff and stodgy. And what Mike suggests is really simple, and it's one letter. Let's throw out the R. Let's put in the V. Let's change rigor from vigor, which, as he explains, it has such a much better connotation. Robust, health, strength, hardiness. What if we put that in the classroom? Let's get some robustness and some hardiness into teaching and learning. So you think about this. And of course, in Hacking the Common Core, Mike gives us some simple, right now, ways to do this. He suggests that we appraise our current week's curriculum. Think about what we're doing and decide if it's rigorous, how can we make it vigorous? How can we make it hardy and robust? He says, share your intentions. Let your colleagues or teammates know what you're thinking and look for opportunities to share vigorous practices. Aren't we better together than we are apart? Mike suggests that we practice engagement habits. I love that phrase, practice engagement habits. These will help you to work fun into your curriculum, Fisher says. Get into the habit of asking yourself two questions. How often am I creating engaging opportunities for my students? And in what ways am I creating engaging opportunities for my students? How often and in what ways am I creating engagement? Because all of these have to do with vigor. So this is the one-letter hack, and I'm suggesting in this fun, I hope, podcast episode that we can also have one word, and why not stretch it? We can do that. We can hack it and make it a 2 or 3 word hack. So think of things we do in education. I say we, I mean all of us, teachers, administrators, all stakeholders. What things do we do that have that negative connotation that we could change? We could shift. We could take one letter, one word, maybe 2 words, and we could change those and turn it into the kind of hack like vigor from rigor that would truly impact teaching and learning in our classrooms. I'm going to be really excited to hear what you have to say about this. You might not say it was the most fun thing in the world, but hopefully it's informative and it gets you thinking, and that's really what hack learning is too, thinking about solutions. Try your 1 letter, 1 word, 2 word hack now. Let's shift the conversation. Let's change the words and improve teaching and learning. And how do we do this? How do we engage as an audience? If you're on hacklearning.org on this podcast episode page, you can engage there in conversation in the comments section. And as always, you can go on Twitter to #hacklearning, and you can go to the Hack Learning Facebook group. And there we can find out how people are using 1 letter, 1 word, 2 word hacks to change education. And if you'd like to hear more from Mike Fisher on hacking the Common Core, then check it out at hacklearningbooks.com. See you next time.